So guys, tell me, uh, before we talk about AWS and then the course details, let's see what exactly is cloud. What is your version of cloud? What is cloud? Yeah, here you have to talk, guys. Um, let's be interactive. So what is cloud? What is your version of cloud?
Storage space?
Mm-hmm. Okay,
Yeah,
storage.
storage space, virtual storage space, if anything.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Virtual storage place where you can access from anywhere, not just from your own computer.
Okay, okay. Mm-hmm. What else? What else? That's it. Okay, no problem.
Relational database?
Okay, okay. So cloud is a storage where we can access from anywhere. So where we can host a database also, no problem. So cloud is a data center. Yes, cloud is a data center which was owned by a cloud service provider. It can be AWS, whatever it may be. And you access the cloud through internet with pay-as-you-go pricing. Let me repeat it. Cloud is a data center which was not owned by us, and you access the cloud through internet with pay-as-you-go pricing. If you are accessing the storage, database, compute, applications in the cloud, it's called cloud computing. You see, it's that simple. Okay, so now what we'll do, we'll try to compare the cloud with traditional on-premises to understand the benefits of cloud. Why cloud? Why we are actually moving to cloud computing? Why organizations are actually preferring cloud? Okay, on-prem. So tell me guys again, if you want to start a company, if you want to start a business, any business, what is the first thing which is required for you? Or what is the first thing your friends would be asking you? If you just go and say, I'm starting a business, what is required?
Capital?
Capital. Perfect.
Location?
Occasion?
Location.
Location. Oh, okay. Yeah. So first of all, yes, we need a lot of things, but initially, first we go for the capital investment. If you just go to your friends and then say that I'm going to start a business, usually they'll ask, what's your capital investment? Then you have a lot of questions there later. But let's take this capital investment. Now, if I want to start a software company, yes, I need capital investment for infrastructure to get servers, to keep the servers. I need building. If it's a big, it's called a data center. To maintain the servers, I need cooling fans, networking, security, an expert to maintain the whole data center, so on and so forth. We need a lot of things. Once you're done with your infrastructure, then your business starts, isn't it? Client will come with a requirement, you hire people, laptop resources, lot of things. But I said cloud itself is a data center, isn't it? I just said before, right? Okay. So if you're moving to cloud, do you think you need to go for capital investment?
You need the initial money for, like you said, the laptops, the customers, and everything else.
Yeah, that's there, but that is not the capital investment, right? Once you start the business, then you go for the resources. But before that, before you start your business, do you think you need to invest in anything if you're moving to cloud? If cloud itself is having all those things? Absolutely not, isn't it? So if you're moving to cloud, we have zero capital investment. Okay, so we are actually talking about the infrastructure which we are spending in order to run the client applications, in order to run the business. Okay, so first thing is we need not worry about the capital investment, zero capital investment. Then how do I pay? We have operational cost, OPEX. It's exactly like an electricity bill. You know, how much you're using, you'll be paying it. The same way in the cloud, whenever you want it, you can just spin a server, and whenever you don't want it, you can just terminate it. Pay as you go pricing. Another example. Let's take I have started my business in 18. I have 2 servers for my existing employees. I have 1,000 employees. So in 19, I'm estimating that I would be getting 1,000 more. So before I start 19, I bought 2 more servers so that it would be enough for and another 1,000 employees. In the same way, in 19 only, I estimated that I would be getting 1,000 more, and I have bought 2 more servers. But if you just take the real time, what exactly happened in 2020 because of the COVID or whatever, people stopped hiring people. I mean, organizations stopped hiring people, isn't it? Instead they started firing, that's a different thing. But the business stopped growing. But my estimation went wrong. My servers are just idle. I'm not getting any revenue out of it. But I would have spent lakhs of rupees in getting the servers. Isn't it? But if you move to cloud, or if you're using cloud, we can actually spin a server in minutes. Yes. For example, if your employees are coming tomorrow, you can just spin a server tonight. You know, because you don't hand over the whole server to your employees, right? You need to do a lot of things. You can do it that night. Yeah. Another example. Whatever it may be the year, I have 2 servers for my existing employees, and I'm expecting interns. There are 500 people, so I've bought 1 more server for them. This internship will be there for 3 to 6 months. But what will happen to my server after 3 to 6 months? Is it the same story? They're idle. I have to wait for the employees to use it. But in the cloud, whenever you want it, you can spin a server, as said. When you don't want it, you can terminate it. That means we have flexibility in the cloud, isn't it? Another example. Let's take, I'm going to host this Netflix application in on-premises. Okay, well-known app. I have estimated the number of servers in such a way that from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., basically office hours, people will be busy in office, working, but still some people will watch movies and all, whatever series. I need 3 servers according to the number of users at this point of time. You know, it's just a use case. Okay. I'm specifically talking about a particular area, maybe US. After 6 p.m., till 1 a.m. No, people are done with office. They'll just go and relax. The number of users may increase at this particular period of time. I need 2 more servers, completely 5 servers. I need 2 more. Sleeping time after 1 a.m. to till 9 a.m. They might be getting ready to office, may not be now, but in future, hoping that I just need 1 server at this time because the number of users are less at this particular period of time. Now, if I want to deploy this application in on-premises with this use case, tell me guys, how many servers do you need?
8.
Seriously? Any other answers?
9.
Okay. Any other?
5.
Exactly. See, at any point of time, 5 servers would be enough. Don't you think that 8 or 9, for example, at this time, if I have 8, I need 3. Here, I need 5, but I have 8. But 3 are, you're just having a server, just spinning a server, but we're not actually using it. But here, it's again the same. But if you have 5, at any point of time, you can satisfy it, isn't it? 8 would be more, 3 would be less, or 4 would be less, 5 would be exact. Okay? Now, if I draw a graph, over a period of time, the number of users or the servers are actually varying. If you see, if you can take this use case, this is 5 servers. But if in later, if it crosses, the number of users increases, obviously organizations have to get another server to fulfill this requirement. But if you just have 5 servers, suddenly if the number of users increases, this area is where the organizations are answerable to the client, because you're actually having 5 servers, but your users are beyond that. It's actually called overutilization of your servers. When I say overutilization, it doesn't mean that your servers will go and utilize more. No, the server crashes in simple terms. If you see the space between the dotted line and then the graph, this is underutilization, because you're actually having 5 servers, but you're just using 3 at this time. You're actually having 5, but you're using only 1 at this time. And this space below this graph is complete utilization. So at any point of time, 1 server is running all the time, 24/7. But if you go for cloud, according to the number of users, we can actually increase and decrease the number of servers. That means I need 3 here, okay, 3. I need 5, okay, 5, but I just need only 1, okay, only 1. You're actually paying what you are using, not less, not more. So let me introduce 2 more terms, which is basically a scalability and elasticity. So whenever there is an increase, it is scalable. And if you don't want it, you can shrink back. It's like a rubber band. Expand whenever you want it. Otherwise, just leave it. Just shrink back. Okay. Now, um, let's take, I have started my business in 2010. I have a server. In 11, I have one more. So and so forth. By 2020, I have 20 to 25 servers. Each and every server will have a lifespan. You know, like you have your mobile phone, you can use it for a few years. So a server, you can use a server for 3 to 4 years. You can still extend to 6 to 7 years, but the performance of your server will go down. You know, so let's take, I want to refresh my hardware for every 3 to 4 years. So maybe after 2013 or 14, I would be refreshing this hardware. First thing is the capital investment, because you have to again invest it. You have to get a new server. A second thing is, after 2013, I would be in a continuous repetition of refreshing my previous year's hardware, isn't it? That isn't a maintenance. But if you are going for cloud, because you don't maintain or you don't own any data center, you can actually concentrate on your core business instead of maintaining data center operations, isn't it? You can actually think of how to expand to clients instead of all this kind of thing. And the last example or the last benefit, go global in minutes. Let's take, I have started my business in India, well established, I'm good. Now I want to expand globally. Maybe I want to start with US. So first of all, we have to come to US, you know, have to choose a place. You need to establish a data center. Maybe you're following some strategy, but it will not take just minutes. It may take months or even years. But in the cloud, because the cloud service provider is having the infrastructure globally, you can just switch the region. You know, in AWS we call it as region, but you can switch the country which you wanted, and you sit wherever you are, and you can just spin a server in that particular region. Yeah. So these are some of the main benefits why we're actually moving to cloud. Any questions so far? You're good?
Yes.
Great, great. Okay. So now let's jump into the contents. So first comes with the course objective. It's actually to prepare the candidate for the solutions architect exam, where you will be getting the hands-on experience and you will be successfully able to pass the technical interview. It is just because, you know, I'm working in AWS from last 5 years. I would have attended multiple interviews, so I know what they ask. And we would have taken multiple interviews to our team. I know what we ask. So that is the reason I'm sure that my students will be able to crack the technical interviews. Okay? And you're ready for actual job duties too. Coming to the roles and responsibilities, as a solutions architect, you know, so I have discussed about the benefits, so that you'll understand what we're actually doing. So when we move the client applications to cloud, so usually you'll be talking to the clients, understanding their requirements, think how you can use the AWS services. So once you know the services, you will be building the infrastructure or the architecture, present it to the client, and you may get engaged in deployment too. If you're new, yes, you will be engaged. If you're a senior, you'll be guiding your team. How to proceed? Topic by topic, service by service. We'll start with, the theory of the lab. We'll make sure that we have quiz, which includes the interview questions, exam questions, and also the guided practice. Now we'll see why become AWS certified. Because AWS certifications are becoming more in demand day by day. Salary survey shows that solutions architect associate salary average at 120K plus. And AWS is growing massively and is leading the public cloud space, which creates higher demand for solutions architect associates. And lastly, the architect role itself gives you the opportunity to be creative and the exposure to consulting and pre-sale roles. Coming to the contents. So I'm not sure if you have received the contents. So you can just check with Rahil for that, where for detailed information about the contents. But here, let me just give you an overview of it because I cannot fit all the contents here. Okay, so we'll start with the basics. We already discussed about what is cloud computing, advantages of cloud computing, and then we'll see the types of cloud computing based on the service and deployment models. Once we're done with the basics, we'll jump into AWS. So how AWS started, the history of it, the basic terminology, creating an AWS account, an understanding of how, where it was started and all. Once we are done with this introduction, we'll jump into the services. Okay, so we have EC2. It's basically a virtual server, a virtual machine in the cloud. So we'll do the lab there, and we have a storage for your EC2. It's basically a dedicated storage. So we'll do the lab again. We'll discuss about the features and all. And we have EFS. It's a shared volume for your EC2 instance. Here also we will be demonstrating some use cases. And we have S3. It's basically storage for internet. So it's like a Google Drive where you can actually create a folder and you can just upload your files and all. So we'll do it how we can implement it. And we have VPC. VPC is basically like a network in AWS. So this is one of the important topics. So that's the reason we'll be doing it as a project one. And we'll discuss about the AWS database services like RDS. For relational database, we have DynamoDB for non-relational database. We have Elastic Cache for caching, and we have Redshift for warehousing. And we'll discuss about the Route 53. So Route 53 is basically a service in AWS to create a domain names like, a facebook.com, google.com and all. And then we'll talk about IAM. So IAM is basically the authentication part. If you have some set of people, if you want to give specific permissions to specific people, you can do it with the help of IAM in AWS. And we'll discuss about the security management. If you have your data in cloud, obviously you should be taking care of the security. We have different services to handle that. And we'll talk about the integration services where one service will be integrated with other service. For example, if you want to get notified if something is happening in a service, yes, you can get notified with the help of these services, SNS or SQS. And we also have the Elastic Load Balancer and the auto scaling group. So this is the second most important topic. That's the reason we'll be doing it as a project too. And at last, we'll be discussing other services at high level. Okay, so this is basically a brief of the contents. And coming to the certifications. So we have a cloud practitioner, as a foundation one. We have solutions architect, developer, and sysops under the associate, and this is basically our course. We have solutions architect and DevOps under the professional, and we have networking, security, machine learning, database, big data, Alexa under specializations. Okay, so these are the certifications which AWS supports as of now. Okay, any questions so far?
Hey Anu, before we go into questions,
Rahil, can you speak a little louder, please?
hey Anu, before we go into the questions, I want you to please, show your accreditation and everything. I think some people didn't join it at time, so it's better for them to understand what accreditations you have, things like that. It will help them to understand what your background is.
Okay, so you're asking me to introduce myself again? That's what you mean? Yeah, Rahil?
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
You asked me to introduce myself again? Is that what you mean?
Yes, introduce your accreditations, your certifications.
You're asking me to show the accreditations?
Yes, please.
Oh, okay. Just give me a minute then. I need to search.
And the reason why I'm saying is because we have a couple people join in late. So, it will help them understand where you're coming from, what your background is, and, who the teacher is basically. So that really helps in individuals to understand.
Oh, okay. So yeah, instead of showing that, I'll just share the my LinkedIn page. That would be great. I mean, I don't want to prove myself in that way.
No,
So I would be happy if I can, if people can see my LinkedIn page, they'll understand,
right. Why don't you show, introduce yourself a little bit?
Yeah, that's great, Rahil. That I can do it. So guys, for newcomers, I hope this is Anupama. I'm a corporate trainer and a consultant too. I'm AWS certified in solutions architect, associate, and I'm internationally certified in cloud computing in a business school which is collaborated with IIT Chicago, USA. And I have trained thousands of students in the last 3 years. I'm AWS Academy accredited educator officially from AWS. So I'm an AWS educator from AWS itself. So guys, if you want me to tell you, the content which we get is officially from AWS. Okay, so yes, of course, I would be gathering all the information to present to my students. Yes,
Thank you,
Sahil?
Anu.
Great. So I hope we can go for Q&A, Rahul?
Yes, please.
So guys, you can just ask me if you have any questions, please. Anything related?
How long is the course?
So it's 35 to 40 hours.
I have a quick question. For the certification, are you guys preparing for the certification as well for the exam, or you guys
Absolutely,
providing
yes.
any material?
Yes, I would be providing you the resources. I'll give you references.
Do you need a book for this course?
Yes. So whatever we are actually discussing, you will be getting a material, and the students will be able to access the recordings as well. But I would recommend you to have a book, a pen beside, so that, you know, whenever I say it's an interview question, it's an exam question, or it's an important point, it's good to note.
Hey Anupama, this is Shravan. May I know, are you going to give any practical training lab kind of thing?
Of course, 50% of our training was 50 to 60 is basically our hands-on. You know, I believe when you do hands-on, you remember
So you
everything.
mean to say that even we can access that and we can go ahead and work around it?
Yes. So I mean, you will be creating an AWS account under a free tier where you don't get charged for anything unless you follow my guidelines.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you'll be doing the lab, of course. Okay, so in this aspect, so excuse me, so whatever we do in the class, whatever I explain in the class, I would be guiding you, and later you are supposed to do as an assignment, and this is mandatory to be as a student, because I'm assuring that my student will be able to crack the interview as well as the exam. So of course, I mean, you have to follow my protocols in order to get that. So assignment is one of it.
Okay, sounds good.
And I will show you the, you know, guidelines, how to do everything. Yeah, once you enter into it, yes, I'll show you.
Okay.
What's the background do you guys require in order to, you know, get into this training? I'm talking about educational background.
Oh, a degree, minimum degree. Because I mean, I hope you all know this. Um, Usually companies will hire if you have a degree, right? I mean, there in India it's like that.
Any type of special language that we'll be learning through this certification? For
Oh,
example,
no
like
programming, no
Python
programming,
or
no
no
programming
programming.
language required for solutions architect.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So our training will include 2 certifications, guys. One is solutions architect as well as the practitioner. So once we are done with this training, I will be providing you the resources for both the certifications. You can attempt it as a basic one, and then you can go for this, where you will gain confidence how the questions would be, and with the same confidence you can just complete this off.
What if we want to pursue for the specialty afterwards? Are you guys planning to
Yes.
help us out there too?
This one, the other
No,
certificates we're talking about.
Yes, I'm talking about the specialty courses or certification like advanced networking, security, or database.
Our training is designed for only solutions architect.
This training is designed only for solutions architect. We have other trainers that are going to help you once you've completed associate.
It's really hard to hear. Who is this talking? I'm
This
sorry.
training is designed for solutions architect only, associate level, but we have other trainers that can lead you to specialty as well. That's a different class.
Gotcha.
Any other questions, guys?
What's the average passing score of the students that learn from you specifically?
In the exam year?
Yep.
So in the exam, out of 1,000, you should be getting 720.
Okay, and these are the scores from the people that have learned from you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So average you're asking, right?
Yeah, exactly.
The passing score is 720. So usually people will get 800 plus.
Oh,
Definitely.
okay. Like your students, most of them have gotten over 800, you're saying?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So you'll be having 65 questions, and the scoring was divided by AWS itself.
Mm.
Yeah.
All right. I know there's other people in the group, and I encourage everyone to ask questions. That's why we have a trainer today. The session is um only demo session, so this is a good opportunity for you to ask questions. I know Ida over here. You would you like to ask any questions, Saad? Then we have I don't know who joined in by Galaxy Note 20 and Zaman World. Please do feel free to ask questions. Eric,
Yes, guys. Please ask me if you have any more questions. Anything related to this AWS. I'll try my
Yeah,
best to answer.
this is Amir. Sorry, I'm logged in as from my phone. I had difficulty logging in earlier. I just have a quick question again. On I'm looking at your slide right now. It says associate and 1 year of experience solving problems. So is that included? Like when we search for a
Uh,
job, is that a requirement that you have to have 1 year of experience solving
no,
problems?
no, nothing as such. This is what AWS will tell you. But my students are also freshers who got trained, was certified, and who cracked the interview.
just to give you a little idea, um that one of my ex student, she just passed her fundamental, um, which is the cloud practitioner, the first level, and she got a job in a company. And I just found out yesterday that that she got a job in one of the companies. Of course, it's a low income job, low paying job, but at least there's, it's a foot in the door, and it's just the first step she completed, and she got a job. So
Yeah.
it depends on how much time you put in, how much effort you put in looking the job and applying for jobs as well.
If you are want to do the solutions at a professional, then you should be having experience in AWS, real-time experience. But if you want to do the certificate, associate level certificates, yes, you can do without prior knowledge, without prior experience also. Any more questions, guys?
Once we start the course, is there a time limit as to when we can actually take the certification exam?
Nothing as such. You are the one who is scheduling that. So once we are done with the course, you will be going and go and schedule it accordingly. So I would provide you the resources once you prepare all the things. Once you feel comfortable, then you can go and schedule it.
So we're not only preparing you for the certification, we're also preparing you for the interview over here. Okay, so
Yes.
it's very helpful for you that if you take the exam sooner than later, because the later you wait, the harder it is. You're gonna forget things. You're gonna,
Mm,
you know,
exactly.
won't remember things. So we will provide you the lectures that we are going to have in this class are all going to be recorded, and then you can listen to those lectures again and again and again. The people who will register in the class only will have access to those lectures. So it's not uh, for everyone. So we're keeping our information proprietary, but it will be open for the people who register for the class and then come in. You know, they have a portal, they can go in there, they can listen to the lectures as many time as you want. The information, all the information is going to be provided you over there. um, Interview questions are going to be very helpful for you because obviously some people are coming from different backgrounds. So once you gain knowledge for AWS solutions architect, especially in interviewing, it will be very helpful for you. And you know, my recommendation to everyone is when I take certifications, I do not wait for too long. 2 to 3 weeks is max. You put in some hours, you know, extra hours to finish the certification as soon as possible. Then you start looking for a job. Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does.
Okay, perfect.
Right.
All right. Well, we are running out of time. We highly recommend, and I'll give one last shot to everyone. It's an open floor. You know, whatever questions, queries you have, concerns you have regarding this course, feel free to ask Anu. She's very helpful. She's gonna, you know, try to answer all your questions. Uh, but it's important that you don't be shy and you know, turn on your mic and ask questions, because this is a time to ask questions. Sitting in a demo is not going to make you a solutions architect, you know. So if you don't ask questions, you're not never going to find out what's behind the solutions architect. So I encourage everyone to open their mic, or should I, you know, I think I should just call out everyone's name one last time so they can, you know, have the opportunity to ask questions. So we'll start with Ida. Ida, we encourage you to open. Yep, there you go.
I don't have any questions right now, but I'll definitely look everything over again and read through my notes. And if I have a question, can I email someone or?
You can email me and I will get you the answer.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Eric.
No. I'm good. I just yeah.
All right. Galaxy Note 20.
I'm good for now, thanks.
Okay, perfect. All right. Who do we have? Zaman World.
Hello, yes, I'm fine for now. You know, I'll let you know if I have any. Thank you.
Thank you. Zaman World, is there any questions?
No, I'm good for now, I said.
Okay. Are you logged in for 2 places? Okay.
Thank you.
All right. And we got Khan Naz. Do we have any question 25? Annie, do we have any questions?
Hi, this is Annie here.
Yes. Do you have any questions, Annie?
Yeah, I have just one question. How long is this course and how many classes it has?
Okay.
So it's a 35 to 40 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it may take 1.5 month to complete it, or 2 months, because we usually take either on weekdays or weekends, you know, according to the availability.
Okay, and you provide all the recording sessions to the email?
No, you have a portal.
Access.
You can log into the portal.
Okay.
You will get all the information.
So
Yeah.
can you please email me that, because I don't know the portal and all
You
that.
have to sign up for the class in order to get the portal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, got
Does that
it.
answer your question?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
it.
All right. Any other questions? Saad, do you have any question? Saad, please turn on your mic. Ask questions if you have any.
All the questions I want to ask were already answered.
Okay, great.
Great.
All right. Zabe.
I'm good.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. I guess that concludes our session today. If you do have any questions that you think of later on, you have my phone number, you have my email address. We have Sam over here. He's going to send out an survey for you guys. I highly encourage you, every one of you who has joined late, to fill out the survey that basically helps us, instructor, the team, and the company to grow in a positive direction, and help you guys in getting making us better. So if you fill out that survey, write your concerns. I, I, I assure you, your name is not does not show up in the survey. So it's just your feedback on how our instructor are, how our organization is, and all whatever concerns you have. Feel free to put that in the survey. That will help us grow better and serve more people like you. Any last words, Anupama?
Yeah. Thank you so much, guys, for connecting.
Thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate you joining in. That concludes our session today. Till we will give you more details on when we're starting the class. Have a good night, everyone.
Ciao. Bye-bye.
You guys have a good night.
Thank you.
And then
Bye. Good night.